Shalom, family. It's good to see you all here. We're going to first, before we get into Tim Scott, we're going to talk about the U.S. Senate. And this is their 2024 picture. And you can see our people are just not there. All right. And it just proves once again, thank you, Flora Turner, for the super sticker. It just proves again how racist this country really truly is. And like I said, all of politics in America is rooted in racism. And it's not hard to see how that happens, being that you got a very white US Senate chamber. All right, no doubt about it. So, how old is the US Senate? How old is it? The US Senate is 235 years old. 235 years old. So it was established on March 4th, 1789, in one of two chambers of the US Congress under the new Constitution. This makes the Senate 235 years old as of 2024. The Senate, along with the House of Representatives, was formed following the ratification of the U.S. Constitution, which created a bicameral legislature at the federal level. So 235 years. And in 2024, they have one Black senator. That is a horrible track record. It is a horrible track record. And it just goes to show you it's not a diverse country like they claim. It's not. You know, they say all the right words, but the actions don't match the words. That's a problem. So, the first session of the US Senate was held at a Federal Hall in New York City. Now, at one point in time, y'all, the capital of the US was New York City before it changed to Washington, D.C. The creation of the Senate was a result of the Great Compromise during the Constitutional Convention of 1787, which balanced the desire for equal representation for each state in the Senate with representation based on population in the House of Representatives. All right. So, how many Black senators have been in the Senate? So, since it was established? 11. 11. That is pathetic, y'all. That's pathetic. And it just proves that this country can talk all the diversity crap all they want, but at the end of the day, they really don't want that. Diversity in words only, not in action. That's why they're getting rid of DEI, and you see your Senate sitting there, and they don't have no issue with that whatsoever. right? So, as of 2024, after 235 years since the founding of the US Senate, there have been a total of 11 Black senators, and these were different times and eras. All right, so here's a list. Hiram Revels out of Mississippi served from 1887 to 1871. So this person only served 1 year. 1 year, that's it. Blanche K. Bruce out of Mississippi served from 1875 to 1881. Edward Brooks out of Massachusetts served from 1967 to 1979. Carolyn Mosley Braun out of Illinois, she served from 1993 to 1999. Okay, so she was actually the first Black woman in the Senate. So they had to go all the way up to 1993 before a single Black woman made it into the Senate. That's not very impressive, America. This list is not impressive. So Barack Obama, Illinois, served from 2005 to 2008, and that's because he became the president, 44th president of the United States. So he served 3 years before becoming the president. Roland Barris, who actually took Barack Obama's spot, he served from 2009 to 2010. He was an appointee. All right, because Barack Obama's seat was vacant. Tim Scott, he was appointed to the Senate by then Nimrata, Yeah, she appointed him when she was governor. And so Tim Scott did not win an election to get in there. He was appointed, and that was back in 2013. So since then, he was reelected, and he is still the present day only Black senator. For the Republican Party. The only Black senator for the Republican Party. Mo Cowan out of Massachusetts served temporarily in 2013. Cory Booker, who is also a Democrat, served from 2013 to present day for the Democratic Party. Kamala Harris, which I put the name of the present song that's out, Not Like Us, because y'all, they need to stop lying to us about Kamala. Kamala is an East Indian. She is an East Indian, and they need to stop lying about her ethnicity. And there's too many indicators. Kamala don't bond with the Black community. Not at all. She doesn't try to bond with us either. So, so they got her, Kamala Harris, served from 2017 to 2024, becoming vice president of the US. And I put in parentheses, not like us. Not like us. Because she's not. All right. And they need to stop lying about this. And Raphael Warnock, who ran for Senate, and he's also a Democrat. So the Republican Party, as you can see, had a total of 3. I want y'all to take notice to that. The Republican Party, from the time it began to now, has only had 3 Black senators in 235 years. But this place don't want to be reminded about how racist they are. 3 Republicans. No, I'm sorry, 4. 4 in 235 years. That's still not really that much better. That ain't too much better. 4 Republican senators from 1789 to present day. Now, the Democrats, they're really not that much better, but they at least had seven, seven in 235 years. Well, the way I see it, y'all act like you got a problem with black people being in the Senate. It's very apparent. This is a dismal record. This looks really bad, America. And it just proves y'all talk all the diversity stuff, but at the end of the day, you ain't down with no diversity. You should just admit it and be done with it already. All right. Let me get old Timmy here. Let's see. Okay, let's see if I can get him. All right, here we go. So, Tim Scott recently was in the news because this man is so goofy to me. I don't know. Tim Scott just seems like a goofball to me. So, he was referring to the View on this one, said the hosts were attacking him again for being the only black GOP senator. Well, I can understand their point. That's why you act like a raccoon, because at the end of the day, there is no other black faces there. Now, they said he is pretty tight with Cory Booker, the Democrat, but at the end of the day, there's no other faces on the GOP side but his. Four in 235 years. So Tim Scott got some nerve bringing up that he's the only black in the GOP and he's being attacked for that. I thought you said America is not a racist country. So what are you whining about, Tim? So, Tim Scott of South Carolina, Republican, criticized the host of The View for attacking him for being the only black Republican senator, but said the black GOP has momentum. Four black senators in 235 years, and this man said they got momentum. Ooh, man, Tim, you are one lost dude. I'm never surprised when the ladies at the Views go at it again, he said in a video posted on social media platform X. They're attacking me for being the only black Republican in the Senate. Scott said, time and time again, the women of the talk show have helped defeat black Republicans who are running for the Senate. No, they're getting defeated because those districts they're running in, they don't want them. They don't want that black representation. That's why you're the only one sitting there on the Republican side. This country is still very much racist. They don't want black representation for their state in the Senate. That's why you're the only one there. America is showing you who she is. The North Carolina senator was responding to comments made by co host Sonny Holston, who said if Scott were picked as the former president's vice president, he wouldn't help in gaining black voters in the upcoming election. That's exactly what we have said. Tim Scott cannot inspire the black community because he's so disconnected from it. He can't do those things. This man, he has no ties to the community that he comes from. People ain't feeling no Tim Scott over here. Come on. No, he can't help Trump. And Donald Trump assigned him to help get black voters. Donald Trump is naive. And you can see he's not that well connected with black people because he don't even recognize the fact that Tim Scott is the last person he should have assigned to get black votes. Tim Scott is really an adversary of the black community. He really is. So Scott, who suspended his GOP primary bid back in November and later endorsed Trump, yeah, talking about Donald Trump, I love you. Sound like an idiot. Is rumored to be one of the potential running mates for the former president. If anyone think that Tim Scott is going to bring over a bunch of black men, they really need African American senator in the Republican Party for a reason, Holston said Friday, as the women discussed the lawmaker would help Trump attract the most voters. Former Trump administration aide Alyssa Farah Griffin, also a co-host, said Democrats have only had a few more black lawmakers in Ladies and gentlemen, I don't even know where I dropped off. So I don't know how much of that you heard before I got knocked off of the live stream. So Tim Scott was just whining, just to sum it up in a nutshell. Tim Scott was whining about how he's being attacked for being the only senator. And they also brought up the history saying in 235 years, there's only been four Black Republican senators. All right. So Tim Scott is making this claim that the Republican Party with the GOP are gaining momentum, which we know that is false. And let's be real, y'all. The people in our community that will vote for Donald Trump, they're voting for Donald Trump. Okay. You don't hear any of them trying to be down with the GOP or go around MAGA and all them. You don't hear that because that's not happening. The ones that support Donald Trump, they are supporting Donald Trump only, not all of the GOP, not MAGA, not any of these Republicans out here. They're not running full throttle and trying to, support these folks. But this is what Tim Scott is saying. And if you remember, Donald Trump hired this man to try to get the Black vote. Tim Scott is just too disconnected from the Black community. He is too disconnected from the people that he comes from. He don't represent us. That's why he can sit around and say crazy stuff like America is not a racist country. Because, how do you say you're connected with the Black community and you're making statements like that? You don't have any connection with us at all. And Donald Trump, it just tells me he really don't know our people, because if he really truly knew our people, he would never have selected Tim Scott to be the one to try to rally for the Black votes. If Tim Scott came to your neighborhood right now and said, I'm going to be at your local stadium and I want to talk to Black Republicans, I doubt if 3 seats would be filled. I'm serious. I doubt if he could get 3 seats filled in the stadium. He couldn't do it because people ain't feeling him like that. And in fact, the Democrats really ain't that much better. You got Kamala out here, and Kamala don't resonate with our people. And besides, her ass is an East Indian. And y'all need to cut the crap about her being a Black woman. Kamala is not a Black woman. She is an East Indian woman. She's Asian. That's what she is. And Kamala is another one that can't rally the Black community. She can't do it. She can't do it at all. So Tim Scott got a lot of nerve. So when you say the View is attacking you for being the only Black senator, stop whining about that. You said America is not a racist country. So why are you contradicting yourself and now saying they are picking on you because you're the only Black senator? Well, that's not possible. You said yourself it's not a racist country. So that can't happen, Tim. That can't happen. You can't, play both sides of the fence. Either it's racist up in this mug or it's not. But this dude is playing both sides of the fence. Another thing that will never resonate with the Black community. You trying to, one day it's not a racist country, and then the next day you're being attacked for being the only Black senator. Then the next day you said Trump being on trial is just like Black discrimination and all that stuff. Man, get out of here with all that crap. For real. He don't know what he wants. He's just all over the place. Yeah, well, South Carolina, I don't know what y'all were thinking putting this man in there. Well, I know what Nikki Haley was thinking because she says the same thing he does. But as far as this man being in there for the Senate, mm-mm, no, you know. And they said they expect Donald Trump to announce his VP in the next 60 days, so around July. I don't even know what is taking him so long, but I guess he got all those trials going on and everything. Whatever, whatever. But I have been on sites, news sites, and just looking at comments. And y'all, Donald Trump don't have the votes like you think. I know, we keep hearing Donald Trump does. I see an awful lot of people that look just like Donald Trump said they don't want to vote for him because he's a criminal. They are calling Donald Trump a criminal. And they said they don't want that criminal back in the White House. And yeah, and as far as our people, he got some black votes. He don't have an overwhelming number of black votes. I mean, come on, he got some. He may get a few percentages more than what he got in 2020. But I don't believe it's going to be as overwhelming as some people are claiming. He got some black votes. Mhm. Oh, no, I don't blame you for choosing the couch. So Tim Scott can miss us all with that. They're picking on me because I'm the only black senator. Well, you can miss us all, Tim. You can miss us all. Why don't you go sit with your fiance and tell her maybe she'll care because the rest of us don't care at all. Mhm. Oh yeah. Yeah. Y'all, this must be this year after looking at Candace Owens fall. We saw Rob Smith almost get hit the brakes beaten off of him in a bar by white supremacists. This must be the year of the fall of the coon. I don't know. I would like to believe that. I would like to believe this is the year and this is the fall of the coon. I want to believe that, y'all. I'm going to choose to believe that. I'm going to choose to believe it. Mm-mm-mm. So y'all, how you doing, True Royal? So y'all, I just want y'all to know there's a lot of great stories out. So I'm not gonna have no problem doing live streams almost every day based on some of the things that are going on. So thank you all for being here. I really appreciate each and every one of you. And again, thank you, Flora, for the super sticker. And please enjoy the rest of your day, family. Maybe the next time I do a live stream, I'll open up the floor so some of you can come up on the panel. All right. Shalom, family.